Test. Wait. Okay, you can hear me. Les Noobards chose Pyrenees and sees the mountain banned again, like always. I like that map, but apparently nobody else does. Bob likes it too. The poor map has been banned to hell and back because no one wants to play it. I still think we might see it eventually because there's going to be certain maps that teams don't want to play each other on. And I don't think that anything stands out on that map to make it too scary. Alrighty. Let me find these wrecks. Okay. So we have, of course, the old refugees and les Noobards. The Civs raid on the flank with the Vietnamese. He's going up against Bin Pat with the Saracens. Pockets are Carnage with the Hindustanis back to Age of Camels. And Helical with the Spanish. So probably an FC from him, but we'll see. Rocafly with the Chinese. How's the idle time? 9 seconds so far. I mean, Chinese start is amazing when there's this many farms. He may get a little bit more idle time. There it is, 13 seconds. That's pretty damn good, not gonna lie. Chinese going up against the Italians. Now, I didn't show who was favored here, but I think it was definitely old refugees based on the predictions. So you guys believe that they are going to win this match. But we'll see. I'm going to fast forward. What time is it actually? 8 o'clock. When's the next set? Take a look. Oh man, I might have got on a little too soon. It's 3 hours from now. Okay. Well, we're going to fast forward anyways because we can. And will anybody go for the fish? That's the question. I think the Italians possibly could. I guess it depends on where the pawns are. Let's do this. Helical running straight to Carnage. A pawn has been spotted by Helical, but it doesn't look like he's going to be taking it. We got 2 players up to feudal, 3, 4. And the times, what do we got? A 22, a 22, a 23, and a 20. So I know Bin Pot is probably doing feudal. He's already got the barracks. He's sealed up. He's got a hole there. Probably knows, and there. Oh, he's going to patch the holes. These guys scared to make a dock. Maybe so. Some people do it. Some don't. I've seen it work really well, and it's also got punished hard when archers spot it. We know you'd make a dock. Okay. It's in, I think that's French. Pasiago elle Fidel. I don't know. Or is that Italian? Maybe that's Italian. Worth the risk, 100%. Yeah, because if it pays off, man, does it pay off. And even if you, like, lose a few bills, you got fish. Okay, we're gonna go back to normal screen. It's 8 a.m. I'm waking up. I have not ate breakfast because I actually don't eat breakfast this early. I gotta wake up a little bit to actually eat food. Scouts from Carnage. Archers from Strangler. And Raid going FC. So 2 out of 3 from old refugees going feudal. One of them going up quick, it looks like. Here's the market for Raid. But I don't think there's any docks, and there's probably not going to be. Raid, you're saying it's only worth doing if... Never mind. Okay, yeah, thanks. I appreciate keeping the spoilers out of chat. I don't mind if you guys comment on things after they happen, as they happen, stuff like that. That's fine. And Scouts onto Helical. He's gonna lose, looks like, a Vil. Vil goes down. Carnage draws first blood. Another Vil, possibly. Another Scout. I think that Vil is gonna go down. We'll see, we'll see. Could wall her in. Should wall her in. Oh man, this is not good. Second Vil going down. And the quick wall came up. He's good. Why did it say my chat's paused? One sec. There we go. Got Horse Collar coming in for Helical. Now, we know archers were being made. Okay. So Rokafly has archers. Bin Pot even has archers. And no scouts from the pocket. So 2 out of 3 on each team went feudal. Oh man, I missed that. Whoa. Hold up. We got rewind. Okay. So Raid's gonna lose. It looks like 3 Vils on the back. And he couldn't actually delete to get in. Maybe he tried. But that might have even been more damage if these things strolled right in the back. Tower coming up. This is Saracen archers too. 3 Vils. Is it no loom? No, they have loom. That would be crazy to not have loom. This guy's gonna get a few shanks in. And looks like another fight on the left. Rokafly does have more. So old refugees on the back foot right away. It's almost even Vil losses though. 3 and 2. 2 players to castle. How's the idle time? Pretty even idle time. I think a little bit more for less Noobards. But a big clean. Man, the military 29 to 8. Less Noobards in the driving seat. I wonder if a fortified palisade with Saracens shooting it is similar to a normal palisade. Wait, I didn't even know you could build a castle on this. What? Does it have to be on the corner? I thought this hill was too crazy to build one on. Maybe because it's a castle. Maybe it's other buildings can't. But I could have swore like once I tried. Maybe not. Okay, I guess you can just build castles on it. The raid going right into Rattans. which will be a bit of a problem for the Saracen if he's just going crossbows. And also the, well, conks are conks. They still hurt. And I don't think we'll see a dive here. That does not look fun to get shot by a TC uphill. See ping on the left. Probably wanting a wipe, but the problem here, when you're behind on bills and you're Hindustanis, these camels really aren't the best at killing archers until imp, I'd say. Because Castle Age camels just get wrecked, even by feudal archers. Unless you get the right jump. Forward TC from Helical. He's also got conks out and about. Les Noobards has the bill lead. Although it's pretty even because they have two people going to castle. Who's got wheelbarrow? Oh, and they have wheelbarrow. Yeah, they have a slight bill lead. It's a lot of archers for Rokafly. 22 to only 12 of Strangler. And the problem is when you're behind on this map, you kind of get closed in your little base. And if it gets really out of hand, we've seen crossbows kind of 2v1. They keep their flank down. Camels can't really rotate and help. They even have conks that can come in, which are on their way right now. He may be able to camp this gold. Okay, there's a back gold, and that's what he's going to take. Strangler going to the back gold. Is he going to eat the range? He wants to go in. There's a tower. I actually don't hate eating the range here. Maybe that would take a while. I don't know. Camel's coming. Crossbow is in. Bodkin's in. And he's going second TC before ballistics. I don't hate it. You're already ahead. Why not get more ahead? Another range coming up. This is big. Big damage. Rokafly. Wow. 2 bills. Could even shoot the farms. He probably will. The range is in for that tower. He's going to have to reposition to the back. But this is a mess. I think you take this wood line. And this is the problem. We've seen this in another game where they can't fight an archer player that got ahead. Although he's giving him some free shots while he focuses the range. So now we have 17 to still 27. More will come forward. Rokafly is a problem. We have Rattans on the right, but the numbers are not up enough to really beat that archer mass. And Ben Pot not seen. Okay, there's the shots. Oh, there's a lot more Rattans though. That will start to turn. And big jump. And that looked like a good initial jump, but it's going to be another clean for Les Noobards on the offensive at the base of Strangler. The Vills are actually in favor of old refugees. The military is not. So we need to see some bigger damage done. If you can even get behind on Vills, but you take a player out, like Strangler, it's very hard to win. And I don't know how this happened. Ben Pot actually in the base. Raid out of the base. He's getting ballistics though. Has the armor. These things don't get that hurt anymore. Barely take damage. It looks like it takes 2 or 3 volleys from this amount of crossbows. Great micro from Raid. I don't think Ben Pot can really fight this anymore. So initially, yes, Raid was behind due to the FC and the damage taken, but I think it's going to snowball now with this amount of Rattans. And they have more mobility. The hill does help. More Rattans come in. Game's looking pretty even right now. Les Noobards has taken a Vil lead. Lots of TCs for the Noobards too. We got 3-3-2 to 3-1-3. And there's the clean, and you can't even really run from these. They're so fast. I think they're a bit faster. Let's see. We got 0.96 move speed, 1.1. Yeah, they can chase down. The conks are coming in. But even the conks here, not going to do a whole lot. The Mangonel, I think he's looking. He's going to see it. Actually, oh, it overshot. It had a chance. It had a chance. Wow. That was close. No hits from the Mangonel. Now, does Roka have a castle planned? He is working on a castle. Benpot has a castle ready. I think we're going to see a forward castle go on Strangler soon. But here's a big jump, actually. Oh, this could ruin the whole plan. The camels, I said, are bad, but not when you have this Mangonel trailing, these archers. The cutoff is in. Oh, this is a huge play. And the Mangonel, oh, man. He kind of slips through, surprisingly. I thought he was pinned. Wow. Not actually terrible for Roka. I thought he was going to get cleared for sure. He sort of slips out of that. Archer numbers are now more even. He's only got a 5 archer lead, but camels did go down. And Carnage has more camels and 100 Vils. We see 9 conks and only 74 Vils for Helical. So kind of a big pocket difference here, I would say. Now, it's also Hindustanis. The Vils are cheaper. That helps a lot. Raid. Moving forward, I don't think he really fears much with this army. If there was knights on the field, yeah, it'd be a bit scarier to be that deep, but he knows there's not. So, Rattans are super good here. Conks versus camels, and it's not a lot of conks. It's a lot of camels, though. The move speed 1.6 to 1.43. The camels are faster. And then the conks will eventually die. And they're dead. More Mangonels. Lots of freaking Mangonels from Benpot. Who is at 73 Vils to raid 70. So he's doing pretty well. He's countered, as are the conks. Castle coming up. A second castle for Helical. And the castle attempt is going to be now. There's a Mangonel. Some Vils are going to be spotted. Ooh, this might be tricky. That Mangonel. Yeah, I wouldn't put that. He's going to put it safer. I like it. That hill kind of wrecked his plan. It would have been a great place to have it. And what's the imp timings look like? He's going to go up to imp behind it. Carnage will be next to imp. So Carnage is imp. Oh, Benpot is also already on his way up. And here's a jump on the Rattans. Looks like the castle got somewhat denied. The camels are coming in. Rattans are still so annoying to deal with. They have the numbers to clear this, I think. I don't know if Carnage is looking. He's probably going to back away the second these camels get shot. You're going to have to concede this and let Helical finish his castle. Rokafly. Man, it's a close game. I'm worried about Strangler. Although, with Imp coming in for Carnage, Imp Camels are pretty damn good against archers, not gonna lie. I don't think normal camels or heavy camels are, but once they're Imp Camels, that extra HP just seems to make them do so much better. One of the few camels, maybe the only camels really in the game that can do pretty well against archers. I don't know about Saracens. I know they have extra HP too. Maybe their heavy camels aren't bad with the unique tech. But game one, wow, these teams are pretty well matched. At least game one, it seems like. And chemistry's in for Ben Pot. He's got a chance to do some damage. I know the Rattans have high pierce, but against Imtex, if you actually have a mass, but where is his, okay, his main army is kind of in the middle. And Imp is in. They're going to probably retreat as Bracer chemistry comes in. Stone mining tech, he wants to put a second castle. Or, actually, he's teched into guard tower. He may want Chukanus, but if he teched into guard tower, he may want more guard towers. We'll have to see what he does there. And the march. Okay, Benpot might just stumble upon this castle if he's looking. And he sees it. Castle is not going up for raid. He's going to back it off, probably cancel it. Now where's the... Okay. Here's the heavy camels. Is he going to click Imp Camel right after? I think it costs a little more food. I forget how much it costs, actually. But right now, it can't really fight that well, in my opinion, until it's Imp Camel. So Carnage will probably wait to pounce. He's got a good castle going up. Is a second castle going up for Roka? He's got enough for one right now. I bet Chukanu are actually really good against even Imp Camel. I mean, they're good against almost anything in mass. Strangler is clicking up. We got a problem. That's his Imp TC. As more Trebs come in, although there's only one Treb, maybe it's not a problem. More Trebs, that TC could be in big trouble. Although, Saracens, Arbs, is Imp gonna get denied here? For Strangler. I think it is. There's no way he's getting Imp out of that TC. But Roka doesn't necessarily know that he's going up into Imp in it. Once he's cross... Yeah, I don't think Imp's going to work. I think he needs to cancel it. There's no way. You cancel Imp, you put in another TC. If you're Strangler. This is going to hurt a lot. He doesn't realize, I think. So Imp is denied by Strangler. Or by Roka. That's huge. And we've seen it time and time again on this map. If you can make it 2v3, it really doesn't matter what the other civs are. The vills are going to start plummeting. The evac is happening. We have seen people get kicked out and keep their vill numbers up, though. So depending on what happens. But he is already down to 82. Is Imp Camel in? No, these are just heavy camels. I don't think you can fight this up the hill. Oh, but he's got the Ghoulims. I didn't realize he teched into Ghoulims. Ghoulims are actually insane, especially when these are bunched up like that, but it's not enough. It's Elite Ghoulim. He did not have the final armor, or no, they don't get a final armor. And the towers continue to come forward. Carnage is going to try to put a castle to slow the bleeding. And on the right, they seem to be doing fine. They're now getting into Knights. Soon to be Cavalier. Gulam OP, but not in team games. Yeah, I haven't seen them really do well in this tournament. I know actually Sato did some big raiding with them. I'm pretty sure he was Hindustanis on this map on Friday when we saw him play. He made him kind of work. It wasn't like they were game breaking or anything. And a big fight. They're diving. I don't know about this dive. I guess. Okay. They're doing it. Am I mistaken? Where is the Imp Camel? Elite Rattan coming in. Doesn't Carnage have the res? They get Imp Camel, right? How come? Why no Imp Camel? Okay, there it is. He had plenty of res to get it a while ago. Maybe it's because he switched to Gulams for a bit and he was thinking I don't need it, but I'm there for Italian team. We got an old refugees fan. They are the Italian team. The Les Noobards are the French. We got a French-Italian war, and right now the French are taking it to the Italians. Elite Skirm gonna get denied. He's had an Imp TC denied. He's gonna have Elite Skirm denied. Not the best day for Strangler, at least game one. But I think Les Noobards are gonna take this game. They got a massive Vil lead. They got even army lead, but they got siege to push. Raid is gonna continue to lose ground, and Carnage can only partially help both places. He's trickling in. Chinese is making towers. They get him for cheap. Rito. So he has teched into keeps. I don't know. Does rocketry help towers? I don't think it does. I think the only advantage they have with their towers is they can get them for cheaper than anyone else. Well, I mean, what's his face gets them for free. Koreans. Here's the Gulam jump. So Carnage trying to do what he can by playing both sides. These Gulams are shredding now. He's got the numbers. Wow. Push gonna stall out on the left. Big time. That was huge. He's now into Imp Camel and Gulams. Maybe a big rotation and he stalls out the push on the right. Are old refugees turning this around, even down 100 Vils? And a player with 60 pop? I still like Les Noobards' position, but I don't know. There's no army from Roka at the moment. Forward castle. Gosh, this is a close game. Military is all in favor of old refugees right now. I think they need some Paladin. They need Paladin and they need it now. Let's see. Helical is nowhere near Paladin resources. Actually, if he got some food and gold from Roka Fly, he'd have Paladin. They probably aren't aware of how much food and gold Roka has at the moment. Now, Gulam's against Chukanu. I wonder if Chukanu still beat them. Now that you lost everything, I would get into Chukanu. But we're seeing Bloodlines, Scale, Barding. It's probably going to be for Light Cab. Siege Onager coming in for Bin Pot. And this is not only Siege Onager. Paladin coming in. Was there a sling? Yes. The sling from Roka happened. They needed that. That is huge. Big fight at the same time. Blue's res is insane. I agree. He's switching into Cavalier, which I think is great because the Italian doesn't have any castles. You don't have to worry about Genoese. I guess you have to worry about heavy camels. So maybe he goes double gold and he has Arbalest. So Cavalier Arbalest should handle Gulam heavy camel, but all the focus is on the right anyways for Carnage. Wow. Strangler just under these towers. Trying to kind of muscle through. Where are the bombard towers? Yeah, Chinese, the only bombard thing they get is like bombard towers, right? Agreed. Do they get... They probably get cannon galleons too, I assume. Which is so weird to me. Like, the civilization that pretty much invented gunpowder doesn't get hand cannons. Doesn't get bombards. I mean, I guess they'd be pretty broken if they got bombards. Everybody gets cannon galleon. Oh. Well, wait. What about mesosieves? Do they get cannon galleon? Byzantines, Huns, Romans, and all American. Oh, okay. You know what, though? I feel like some mesosieves should get gunpowder because when the Spanish went there, they did like ally with different tribes. They gave them guns. Mesosieves had guns historically. Like, they didn't invent them themselves, but there were times in history where they had them, so why not? Big fight on the right, but I think with the paladins here, I said this was getting close. It's not anymore. That sling that happened, the tech switch on the left, this double gold comp, you can't really deal with it. Walls are closing in for old refugees. Now, I didn't look. How do you tell if these SOs have the unique tech? Or can I? Oh. I'm gonna see something since it's a recording. Oh, it didn't pause. Would it be here somewhere? Where's the resources? Or the technologies? Thought you could see that. Maybe not. Is it because it's on exploration? Oh, here we go. Okay. So Saracens are teal. I don't think he has it. I don't see it anywhere on there. He has siege engineers. Okay. So no heavy catapult yet. We've seen what heavy catapult can do, and these paladin are raiding the trade. Raiding raid. Pushing, like, look at the map alone. It's like 30% of the map is old refugees. Maybe not even 30%. It's gonna be 25% soon. Oh, wait. Bigger plus? Does it actually add to the stats? Okay, that's good to know. I want to see a big onager shot on these. The raid is watching. I think it's only a matter of time before this is called. The push on the left continues. We saw it stalled out from the big rotation, but that only temporarily stopped Roca. Yeah, when you see your trade dying like this, I assume they'll delete these markets. Or they'll just call it. Even if you reroute the trade to here, doesn't do a whole lot. They're trying to hang in here, but the GG is called. Yeah, there's just... It's only getting worse. Wow, less Noobards taking game one. Is this going to be an upset? I thought old refugees were definitely favored here, but man. Game one. Going to the French. Helical 104, Eco KD. Rocafly 75. They all played so well. I like that Roka was always killing on the left. And he sent all that res to get the paladin for Helical. I'm going to do an MVP pull. He's got my belt. I don't usually belt, but Rocafly was huge. Helical. All right, MVP pull is out. Thanks for the follow. Milch Axt. Milch Axt. So game one, going to less Noobards. Gotta update one thing. I like it. We're not in any rush because it's recordings. Looks like we got a 2-1 split between Ben Pot and Rocafly for MVP. And old refugees. We saw them lose last week. And right out the gate, they suffer a loss in this game. I picked them as my favorites, and I've tried to stick with that. But I don't know, man. I don't think anyone can confidently say this team is going to win the tournament because we've seen everybody die. We've seen everyone can bleed. Rocafly with the MVP. I'm getting ahead of myself, though. This is just game one. We've seen teams bounce back. Usually the team that wins game one usually wins a set, but there's been plenty of, you could call them mini reverse sweeps, where the other team has to win the next two. And I guess it depends on the maps, too. This map is a little wonky. I know they picked Acclivity. So we'll see a more Arabia-style map next, where I think old refugees are very strong. I would expect them to bounce back. Okay, I'm not even going to go to the... oh, I got to update the score. I'm not going to go to the Civ draft. Or actually, wait. Still got 2.5 hours till the next set. Yeah, let's update the Civs. There were a lot of 2-0s in the Swiss stage. Yeah, exactly. So this could be a quick 2-0. Could be a reverse sweep. There's been a decent amount of game threes. But even the game threes usually go to the team that wins game one because game three is their home map. They have to play the loser's home map in game two, which typically favors the team that lost. It should, at least. Like in every round, 3 times 2-1 and 11 times 2-0. Has that been what it's been about? Some rounds definitely had more. And some of the 2-0s feel a lot closer than they are. Like Raiding Party against Heffalumps. That was a 2-0. Game 2 definitely felt close and winnable by Heffalumps, but they still lost. 2-0 doesn't always mean a stomp. And I don't think anyone can safely say who's gonna win everything. Like Inca's Man or Rito, I know your team is kind of on the rise right now. We saw that last tournament too. You guys started sort of weak and then got really strong by the end. We see the chemistry develop as it goes on. Let me update these civs. But I mean, everyone gets better. That's the thing. That's why it's so hard to win. a tournament like this when there's about 100 people playing. It's tough. Hi, I'm Scranton. Let's say it was a complicated match for me. Wait, are you Strangler? Oh, I see. Scranton Strangler. I've been calling you Strangler. I think all our plans got more serious when we got deeper into the tourney. All your plans in the tournament or plans in real life? You mean like the strategies and stuff? How to approach the maps? How to counter the players? I know a lot of y'all even got spreadsheets and stuff like that going on. I know I always had them for my teams. Plans in the tournament. Okay. Spreadsheets definitely help. Map strats. Yeah, and then we see what teams are like, what teams like to run. And if you can get a big counter to that and let them even have their strat that's been working, that can be huge. And I think this tournament, much more than SS2, what was that, 5-6 months ago? There's so much more strategy. This is not just full Arabia meta, almost every map. This is like all over the place. Strategy is key. I think Acclivity is much more like Arabia style. And one thing I'm noticing before we get into Acclivity, finally, 2 teams that did not pick Tatars on freaking Acclivity. I think they're so... Oh, no, there's Tatars. I take it back. I think they're so bad there. Like, people feel like they're forced to switch into these damn CA. Everyone's closer on that map. Mobility is not massive from CA just because there's some hills. And I think it's going to bite. Whoever plays Tatars, they're going to die. I have not seen this. No spoilers. They're going to die. I'm calling it now. It does not frickin' work. Stop picking them. Maybe it'll work. Maybe I'm wrong. But gosh, stop picking Tatars on Acclivity. Maybe it'll be Pyrenees. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But then somebody thought he got a re, but he didn't. And then we got knocked out of the semis because enemies took the free win. Enemies followed the rules. I was off on that. I've 100% followed the rules in the handbook since that, and I should have then too. It's unfortunate what happened. We all know that you quit that game, and I still think you probably kick yourself. Because who knows, maybe it'd be a different champion right now. But it's in the past. And you guys got another team and another chance, and you're looking strong once again in another slapdown tournament. Oh gosh, I just typed in slapdown like I'm looking for a game. Game 2. Yeah, you guys have recovered and you're back, Rito. I'm glad you're back. I know there was a comment that you guys might not want to play again after how it ended. But I think it just stung for probably a month, maybe a week or two. And here we are. Now, Raid, I assume Acclivity, I don't think you guys numbered the maps. Since you lost, your home map was Acclivity. Yeah, I'm just going to go to Acclivity. I doubt you guys chose Pyrenees. I think JCP said something like, I don't want to play another tournament, maybe. But he's back too. I'm glad to see y'all. Okay, game 2. I'm getting off track. Tell me there's not... Oh gosh, there's Tatars. I say this every time. This guy is doomed to die. Tatars, not good on this map. Never have been in any of our tournaments. Rarely does someone make them work. I think to play them, if you didn't make the CA switch and you just kept the crossbow mass, even into Imp, yes, they don't get ARB, they get Bracer, they get Chemistry. Why are Tatars so bad? Well, I think it's because foot archers are so strong in the mass and people make the switch, and it's like instead of going for that power spike that we see kill so many times, that ARB mass, they die. They might even have an edge, they don't make ARB, but they can still keep making crossbows in Castle Age. They can still get everything. They get free thumb ring. They just don't get ARB. Switch to them later. Like, you need the castle tech for them to be good anyways, honestly. And if they're played like that, Ben Pot will do well. If he forces this CA switch, I think he's dead. I'm just calling that right now. And we see it every time. Oh, dude, there's hills. This is acclivity. Gotta go Cav Archers. But we'll see. They are up a game. It is the home map of old refugees who have Dravidians from Raid, Portuguese from Scranton who had a rough game, and Carnage against the Persians. Playing the Persians. Les Noobards, Helical with the Khmer. Khmer have been great on this map. The Tatars, who I just don't like here. I think I made that clear. For Ben Pot. And Rokafly with the Vikings. I don't like CA against a Camel Pocket Civ. That's a good point, too. Like, there's so many Camel Civs being chose here. Foot Archers are a million times better against Camels. And is there an attempted... Nope. Thought maybe Raid would go for Lame. He's just scouting. It's tough to Lame anyways. Helical pushing in the deer. How's the out of time? 8 seconds for Portuguese. Everyone else at 1 and 0. So a slight bit of idle time. Something happened with Scranton, but not a lot. Maybe Tatar's douche here. I've seen that strat. Wait, what is special about a Tatar's douche? Is there anything special about it? No, I don't think there is. I had this conversation with Leaf Man. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen his set. We were talking about, like, if you get Giga lamed so badly that you're just going to get zeroed, especially by a good player, just freaking douche him. Like, maybe it doesn't work and you lose the game anyways, but you're giving your team a chance. If it works and it slows down, like maybe their top player, your other two players can take over the game. And who cares if it doesn't work? You're Giga lamed. Usually if you're so lamed that you're way late, they come to you, they kick your butt, they go to your pocket, they kill him and make him sad, and then the game's over. So what Leafman did, I wasn't trying to help a team out. This was just a random conversation we were having, not even necessarily for the tournament. And we both agreed, like, yeah, that is a great play, and he's the master doucher. Made it work. But I don't think we'll see a Tatar's douche. Everybody's up. We got a 19, a 20, a 19, a 19, a 19, and a 19 across the board for Les Noobards. The 20 is from Carnage. Is it 20 no loom? It is 20 no loom. So 19's across the board. The Khmer, also no loom. Okay, so the Khmer actually doing more of like almost an 18. I like to see the pockets do no loom here. You see it quite often. I guess it could be punished if a team went forward with scouts. Hit him in early Dark Age. Faster build production. That's a good point. So it's actually even. So they both, good point, Raid. It's kind of like they both did 18s no loom. Timing wise, at least. I always forget that Persians have been so buffed lately. So buffed. Range is coming up. I think this could be a little awkward, these ranges, because the rally might make these ones kind of stuck in here. It's just another part of the Tatar curse. It's not just that I don't think the Civ works, I think there's just a curse on this map. Things just go wrong that are out of the player's control. It's a cursed Civ, man. Curse of the Tatars on acclivity. I could even look at the win rate of them the last 2 tournaments. I know it's horrendous. Like, it's probably like 20%. It's so bad. Obviously, that's not always the Tatar's fault. This is still pretty standard meta play. And we'll see what Old Refugees has on a more traditional style map. But out the gate, scout numbers even. 4 and 4. 4 archers. How's the archer numbers for Roka? He's got 5. Raid's got 4. Now it's 5. Pretty even across the board. I need to plug my headset in. Alright, we're back. And the thing I like about this map is it's not that hard to wall. So people don't usually die hard. Like Arabia, it can be GG quite quick. And everyone's slightly closer, so the rotations are huge also. Flanks going to pockets, all 3 players meeting up sometimes. Just craziness. Les Noobards going forward. It's a lot of scouts for Helical. And that archer met his doom. I think that's the first death of the game. Actually, no, there was another death over here as wow. Okay, I said the Tatars are cursed. Maybe Ben Pot has something different to say about that. He got 3 Vil kills. Looks like he just came around to the wood line. Although, chance for a clean and counter damage. Maybe some big counter damage. Because you now have the numbers 10 to 6. You took damage, you got to get damage back, but it's acclivity, and he'll probably just wall it out. That's a great play for Ben Pot. Well worth it. Carnage. Tracking the scouts of Helical. Could he get walled in here? Man, I don't know about this dive from Helical. I think he's caught out. Raid's going for the trap. These scouts are dead. The archers are going to pinch him. Oh, man, this is huge for Old Refugees. All the scouts are going to die. Oh, there's a hole. Okay, that explains why they even got in, maybe? I didn't see. Still, they took some damage. Weak scouts. Numbers favor Carnage a bit. Rokafly returning the favor for that archer sniped earlier. And Raid seizing the hill. They're both going for the hill. Okay, everyone's on the high ground. But I think this is a better jump from Old Refugees. We'll see how it plays out. But Raid got great shots on those archers. Yeah, they're going to win this fight. Big time. Wow, that is a slaughter. It's a big clean. Now, I was looking for the counter damage, but actually, Strangler has 18 archers to 16 of Ben Pot. So Ben Pot is definitely winning on the right. He'll likely have castle first. He already has a Vil lead. 29 to... He has a 7 Vil lead. There's 3 minutes idle behind this. So, Old Refugees just have to win on this side, and they are. We're going to see more Vils die now. Roka is getting killed. He's down 2 Vils. He's off his berries. His map's not walled. He is kind of open for the taking here. Looks like they're content with banging on the range. And a huge fight on the right is oh, Strangler kind of making a comeback. I think he's got this fight pretty easily. I don't know. He's sort of backing up. He had the numbers. You just close the gap. I know he can't see what we can see, but you should feel you have the numbers there just by looking. I think if he stayed pressing forward, this is a big clean. But nonetheless, he's still ahead and pushing forward, archer-wise. Although the new ones are coming in, he's going to have to back. Bin Pot has more. He needed that clean. They want to kill this range, but I think they're going to get it. Actually, Vil coming in to repair. Maybe not. Range is going to stay up, but we see Castle in for Carnage. Raid will be next. And then Bin Pot also soon to be Castle. I actually don't like this fight right before Castle Age if you're Bin Pot. If you win it, I guess it's fine, but okay, he's actually winning it pretty handily. Never mind. I take that back. It's like a confidence thing, it feels like almost. He just knows he kind of has this guy beat. So a close game because Les Noobards winning on the right, but Old Refugees winning on the left, the 2v2. These teams match up very well. I think Les Noobards is a 15-point team, but that really doesn't matter anymore. At this point, everyone's gotten better. All the teams have changed. You're fighting a 14, 15, or 16, and they are like 3 wins, 3-2 at this point. I wouldn't even look at their team value anymore. Big trouble on the right, though. They almost need a clean. They need some knights on the right, I think, after this is dealt with. But then again, if you don't have crossbows from your ally, knights can't really help. Until Scranton clicks up. And he's going to, not too long from now. He's also not walled yet. But the scouts are being tracked by Carnage, so not that big of a deal at the moment. You can't fight this at all. I think we might see a Cav Archer switch, but here it's not terrible because he's winning so badly. I still think you just stick with the Foot Archers. Especially with Camel option from Carnage. I hope it's not just right in the CA. Even as badly as he's winning. And Raid, I missed this in the back. Purple, the only one who isn't up to Castle Age. Yeah, Purple is sad right now. Rokafly has been damaged, but at least he's up. He's lost 4 Vils. He's getting heavily idled. He's not walled either. Clivity is a very easy map to wall. I think this hurts a lot. That Raid can just dance around, kill all your farms. Carnage still tracking those scouts. Where's his next army going? He wants to help with this. I don't know. Yeah, maybe they can clear this. This is a great jump. He cuts off the other side. The Feudal Archers close the gap. It's not going to be a wipe, I don't think, but it's great. It now tipped the scales of the Archer numbers. This is huge. Like I said, they're not going to win the fight. Ballistics is in, though. He's going to retreat. Actually, 30 seconds on Ballistics. And now we see Helical rotating over. Oh, is this mask going to die right before it gets crossbow? I think it is. One pocket came, now the other pocket. Crossbow hasn't been clicked. It's probably because he's microing. I like that barracks deletion. Save these numbers. It's so important for Old Refugees. It's a great deletion. He's going to lose the numbers anyways. Maybe so. Scranton is way down right now, but Raid Is Raid planning a castle at all? No, it's kind of early to be thinking stone. That is an ambitious TC. Knowing that Raid's right out there, you still haven't been able to forward crossbow. We'll see what happens. And those knights still doing work. We see a big rotation possibly to pocket right now. Ben Pot, the knights. He's playing it the way I want to see. He's not getting... Okay. Tatars are not that bad. If you're playing him the way he's playing, he's not switching to the Cav Archers. The mistake we've seen time and time again. This is how you do it. Free thumb ring. These things are very nasty. Raid also onto the pocket. He's got ballistics. He's got a lot. And there's a front door into the base. Oh man, this is so bad for less Noobards, but at the same time, they're marching into the other pocket. This base looks a bit safer to me though, honestly. This base looks open for the taking. He's got Khmer houses. Let Raid cook. Yeah. He's cooking dinner in the base of Helical for himself. Looks like he's going to go out. He may even go hit Bin Pot now. This army is just doing work. How many vills has it killed? 11 vills. And this play, it's actually hard to make a play on the pocket when 3 armies can jump you. But here's the jump on Raid. So Rokafly's here. Does he have ballistics? He does not have ballistics. Oh, that's actually big. And they could collapse with 3 armies here. They should be. I don't know what's going on. Bin Pot. He wants the Tatar Hill bonus, maybe? Okay, they're being patient about it. Oh, he's got another group. Okay, Raid gonna get cleared. Absolutely. Ballistics is also in for Bin Pot. That is a massive clean. Less Noobards needed that, I think. Gonna be too late for Carnage. Although, here comes... They have a hill. That is not a clean. Old Refugees teammates coming in clutch. Oh, this is a big fight. They have the hill. Tatar's doing nothing here. And like these archers, I don't think that was the spot to sit. The knights just murdered them. You had a gate. Les Noobards going to win the fight in the end, but I think Old Refugees did great to salvage that situation. Persian Knights on top of it. That's a good point. The more backing up you can do, the better. The less hits you take. Castle coming up for Carnage in front of his base. That's going to make him nice and safe. He's probably going into War Elephants. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, such a close game 1 and 2, honestly, by these two teams. I have a feeling they might meet again in the knockouts. I would love to see a second match, regardless of who wins this one. This is just a great matchup all around. I'm so glad these are being casted. Recordings or not. This is sick. Old Refugees has the Vill lead. Les Noobards has the military lead. And this is a great castle. And the timing, because if they planned on doing some pocket damage, they're going to see that and change their mind most likely. It's going to be up just in time too, these 4 bills. He didn't even panic. He didn't send more. Just kind of knew it was enough time. And they're going under the castle. The dive? I don't know about that dive. Okay. So that stalled their whole plan to go at the pocket. Now, where's Raid's new army? He's Imp. He's just waiting for Imp. I like this play. Just keep it alive. You know you're ahead of your guy. He's planning a castle. To be continued on that. We'll look in a little bit. He's got about a minute and a half on Imp. He's playing it safe. Waiting for his moment to strike. Some pings in the side. I don't think that's for markets. That seems a bit early. 36 minutes. Pinging over here too. Maybe it's to expand. He's asking where gold's at. Yeah, they're saying gold is up there, bro. Go find it. Although, he might take a bit of time to find this gold. Imp is in for Ben Pot. Castle's not ready for him yet. Oh, could you imagine if he had a castle ready? Got it right here. Hit Imp. Bracer coming in. Chemistry. Yeah, they don't get ARBs. But, dude, we see games all the time where the player doesn't get ARB for a while anyways, regardless of the Archer Civ. And also the boom. Okay, big fight here. Bracer's in. I don't know about this. These are Persian Knights, actually. Actually doing a great job before chemistry's in. Surrounded. Okay, that was good. I thought that wasn't going to be a good idea, but that was great from Carnage. Slaughtering the army at Ben Pot. We'll probably see a Cav Archer switch now, especially with the army wiped. And yes, he's getting in the CA now. But Raid is here. He has everything. He's got chemistry. He's got Bracer. He's got Arbalist. And he's got a castle ready very soon. And 2 out of 3 in Imp for old refugees. The only one in Imp for less Noobards has just lost everything. Still no chemistry for Ben Pot. I don't know if he doesn't realize. What's his res? Should be getting chemistry quite soon. Castle of Rokafly. Not going to go up. Raid putting his castle at home. And switching into Elephant Archers. It's also the problem about Dravidians. If you get a big boom like he did, they have the extra wood for easier TCs. I don't see how you stop Elephant Archers here. Castle, the secondary castle getting denied. I don't think that goes up. He can put as many vills on it as he wants. It might go up, actually. It's going to be close. Is it going to go up? Okay, he gets it. Some losses. And then Raid. Oh, he tried to trap him between the castle and the archers. I think he would have shot the gate anyways, but nice play from Roko to try to salvage this situation. Pocket Helical is not up. We might even see Savar soon from Carnage. Carnage getting coinage. Old Refugees looking in control of this game absolutely now. Vil lead. The Imp lead. Military lead. Raid is into his ultimate comp. For the most part, it's not elite Elephant Archers yet, but they're still so good, even just non-elite. There are some Tatar raids and Knight raids. I think they're just doing what they can because they can't really fight these armies right now. These two big Imp armies. Carnage massing up. Soon to be Savar. Coinage is in. He's probably going to sling Scranton, who we know got hit early and has been down and out. But coinage we know takes 3 minutes. It's almost in. Rokafly is Imp himself. But I don't know what he does here with Vikings against Dravidians. Is Helicold nearing Imp, or is this just full castle from him? He almost like desperately needs Imp. Oh man. Decent jump. Gonna slip out. Did kill a Cav Archer and do some damage. These are heavy Cav Archers. But the Khmer Knights just don't do much here. Only being castle. Looks like he's gonna idle up at least night production. Maybe? Savar is in. I think the only thing that could save unless Noobards here, and we probably won't see it. Yeah, never mind. GG. Clearly over. Old Refugees bouncing back strong. Gonna be a game 3 on Pyrenees. The way these two games have went, we'll have to see the civs. A lot of it could come down to the strategy. I think it's gonna be close though. Game 3 will likely not be a blowout. I don't think anyone has Cumans. Let me take a look at the draft. We'll get the poll in. Was it Raid, Carnage, or I'll call him Scranton instead of Strangler? Wow, and we have one last live game after this set to close out the Swiss stage of WCS. APM difference. I'm sure Raid's in the 80s. He usually is. 78. Very close. Sometimes it's in the 80s. Definitely an APM difference, though. And we could tell the microing and the fights is what kind of set apart these two teams. Especially like some of the big fights. The one we saw over here where the old refugees linked up. It seems like they have the edge on army control, engagements, when to jump. I think Les Noobards is still very strong. But the edge in like the military tactics side of the game, I favor old refugees. Can you show the current standings before the last game? Absolutely, and I would love to look at what it may impact. It could change who's at the bottom. We'll see who the top teams are. Now, obviously, Stomp 3-1 could be 4-1. They're fighting a 2-2 team. That team could be eliminated, or it could pull a big upset. We'll see. Stomp has looked great since the last few weeks. I think they're getting better and better and figuring out how to play together, but I'm getting off track. MVP goes to nobody voted. Who's top scorer? Raid. It's almost a better way to do it, honestly, the score. Then it's not a popularity contest. Les Noobards with the loss. And Sieg will be coming in to help me cast the final game. I'm solo right now. I don't mind being solo. As long as there's chat to talk to, it's fine. Let's go back to the civs. It's 1-1. It'll update. Our sheets are just so overloaded with stuff. We almost need a new system in the future. I don't know what. But we try to do so much with our stats and the teams and everything that Google Sheets almost can't handle it. It can. It's just slow. Wait, there's Cumans. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Old refugees have Cumans. no clue what happens in game 3, but I don't care what team has the Cumans. I'm favoring them to win that map. It's just like the Tatars curse, although Tatars were not the issue just now. Wow. That's very scary to think about. Okay, who was it? It was Persians, Dravidians. Is it Portuguese? Yes, Portuguese. Tatars, once again, adding to the loss percentage on Acclivity. And even though they weren't the problem, I still call them a curse on that map. If you want your team to lose, pick Tatars on Acclivity. Khmer. Will we see Carnage's Cumin, Cook, Pyrenees? They've learned the lesson from the last Pyrenees. Wait a second. They died, right? To Cumans on Pyrenees? I forget. Someone refresh my memory. Who did they play? Did they play someone that had... I guess I can look. What round? Saint Hell. Okay. That's a set I think they still won, but... Yeah, they learned Cumans are king on Pyrenees. We're absolutely going to see them. They even first picked them with that in mind for Pyrenees. They could even be decent on Expanse, but they're so much better on Pyrenees. All right, game 3 decider for better seeding. Both teams, like I said, are in, but one of them is going to be top 6. One of them is going to be probably bottom 6. Maybe middle of the pack. Well, for sure, Raid knows how to draft. If you're not banning Cumans, you're first picking them. Dude, that is 100% my rule. If there's a Cuman map and your first pick, you don't care. If they give you Cumans, you take them. Absolutely, first pick, take them. If your second pick, you have to ban Cumans. And oftentimes Britons or Mongols. But you at least have to ban Cumans. If you don't, we'll see. We're getting into this game right now. This could absolutely be decided by the Cuman power. Which I know they've lost this map maybe once. But they looked good even on that one. I think there was a flank that had a disaster. And it kind of made the whole advantage go out the window. These games are recordings. I think this match started at like 5 or 6 a.m. for me. I forget what time. But it was too early to cast. And I had to work last night. So this is the first time I've had to actually get this game in and cast it. And here we are. And there's going to be a live one right afterwards. Then I got some work to do to get your guys' pre-games all set up. And we're dropping down to 16 teams. So only 8 matches next week. Yeah, Carnage, Cumans. Oh yeah, I haven't even talked about it. Cumans from Carnage. Purple, Scranton with the Japanese. Magyar's from Raid. Is he going to go Scouts? I think he will. Especially how far away he is. Rokafly. Koreans. That's going to be Archers. Bohemians. That'll probably be Archers. And Teutons from Helical. I know this is Les Noobards' home map. But Old Refugees having Cumans on it kind of makes it their home field advantage. Berries and Pond again. Wow. Helical with the come up. Did anyone else score big? Oh, man. Carnage 2. Both sides. Even better for Carnage slightly. I mean, the mill could be right here. It's about the same. Oh, and raid. Wow. 3 players getting the extra 200 fish. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that being a thing on the map where it's like you get kind of. Wait, what? Whoa. Whoa. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Bro. I have a question. Were the Rees already used at this point? Or did he not realize it was running off till after 4 minutes? Did you, if Raid is still in chat or someone on Old Refugees, did Roka have a Ree? Dude. It's possible he didn't realize. So Raid, with one of the few lames this tournament, most of them have actually been called back because of a Ree. This is honestly the last. I don't know. I would not expect a lame on this map of all maps. So that's super sick. It's way far away. And he got it. Oh, that is huge. He's going to be feasting. And going scouts. It's going to be a lot of food. Or maybe we'll see what he does. I mean, it cripples his opponent. He could even FC. I don't think he will because it's like you have a Kuman that you're trying to buy time for. That'd be very risky to do a Kuman boom with the FC from a flank. It's probably going to be a lot of Magyar scouts. Yeah, extra bore. Cheaper. Free blast for, or, gosh, what's it called? Forging. Go, go, go. Les Noobards says Shinshenko. Pulling for the French. We got a tied game. Tied series. I think this would be a lot. I'm not saying it's over, but be a lot more even if there wasn't Kumans on one side. So I don't know what they banned. In fact, we're live or we're recordings. I want to see what they banned. Let's take a look. The ban from last Noobards. Slavs, Mayans, Mongols. Why not just ban Kumans instead of Slavs? Come on, guys. Okay. Well, that answers my question what they banned. Carnage is insane with Kumans, too. It makes me wonder, dude, some of these teams not watch any of the games. It's like they gotta learn for themselves. They gotta get punished one time by it and be like, oh wow, Kumans are insane on this map. If they watched the games, they would know, and Kumans would probably be banned. But I feel like they just don't know. And in 3v3s in general. Old Refugees may have even used them on Expanse if Pyrenees wasn't in the pool. Still good there. Barracks coming down for raid. He's going to be so safe at home. He's already almost walled to the TC. He's got 4 on the fish. Yikes. That's scary. Rokafly's going to realize, oh, he doesn't even know he's on the fish. He might. It's going to add insult to injury. He's like, you lamed me, and you have this extra fish, and you had my boar. Bro. And you have a Kuman ally. I mean, I almost want to... Wow. Okay, nice walls from Raid. Not going to lose the Ville to these 2 feudal scouts. That's the one thing. He did lame, but he has a scout that can pretty much only scout. So, it's one of the changes I like. Although, Roka takes 2 hits and has a weak scout himself now. Ouch. Second TC coming up. He's building it with 7. And archers from Scranton. Now, Helical is going scouts. They need to find big damage. If 3 of them are going feudal and the other team has Cumans, you almost need a flank to sort of die to make up for the Cuman power spike that will happen. Likely. I don't know. We'll see. We got the 2 of them coming towards raid. I think that's not a bad idea to hit the scout player flank, because that eco is a lot harder to protect. They need lots of farms. You can hit his wood line or force a tower on it. Flank spaces are just easier to defend when they're archers. And raid may try to just lure them away. Doesn't look like it. It's gonna be tough. Is there fletching in? No fletching. That boar has really hurt Roka. Idle time. 44 seconds and counting. He has an early farm. Yeah, no blacksmith. Because the boar issue. He would have really liked to have a pond. Go, 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 OS clanmates. Oh yeah, in response of the go, 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 less Noobards. I love it. This is an Italian versus French game. Wait, can you? Hey. Hey. Let's go. All right, all right. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Battle between 2 countries. That is cool that Capture Age allows that. Imagine if it knew where the players were from and just automatically did it. Because I know AoE 2 Insights and some of the other sites say where they're from. But lots of feudal coming in. No fletching really hurts here. The archers lose a lot of their kill potential. Like, look, the Vil barely gets hurt. That probably would have been a dead Vil if it was fletching. And I think he's content just not getting fletching behind this. Doesn't really have the eco to do so. They want to punish the Kuman, but the house walls are up. This TC is pretty much protecting what needs to be protected here. Forging coming in for Helical. I like that he's prioritizing forging. He knows that he doesn't need armor because there's no archers. But I'm not seeing the damage done at the moment. We're nearing... The Kuman's going to click in the next probably 3-4 minutes. And the damage is not being done. 0 eco KD. Not even a whole lot of idling at the moment. They could have kind of been punishing raids eco. I think that was the place they needed to hit, because this is a flank going cav. Like, you can idle all the farms. Yes, he's going to take his wood safely, most likely. They're beating down the stable, but this is a win for old refugees in my book. Not game-wise, but how this has gone so far. And we're not even looking at the south. It's just a 1v1, and Ben Pot kind of get... Oh, this is very even, but the micro... Seems like he's dancing better. Oh, I say that, and then... Well... Yeah, he's definitely dancing better. The Noobards need to realize that they should hit the pocket. Yeah, I think idling this, archers all over the place, or even like archer here, archer here, archer here. That's the best way to punish a Kuman. He'll get his wood line, but you just camp everything on one of these players playing ponies. But yeah, they're not, like, killing a stable here doesn't matter. This Kuman is up. He's going to drop 3 stables, possibly 4, but it looks like 3. He's going to flood you. They can get out of hand real fast if they don't hit him. I agree, and I'm calling it right now. The damage was not done. The Kuman's up. This flood, those get trapped in. No, but it looks like they found an archer. I think this flood is going to be so nasty right now. It's going to be one of the nastiest Kuman floods we've seen this tournament. Because it was just untouched completely. And this is just not working. So I know the Noobards have fought well this set. They're gonna learn from this. It's actually probably a good thing. Because if this happened in the knockouts, they're in big trouble. Like, they'll learn how to either punish the Kumans or to just hit that ban button on the draft. Yeah, and the Kuman's not... Dude, this is over. The Night Flood. I'm glad it's Knights, too. I know some people like the Step Lancers. Bro, Kuman Night Flood. Amazing. Raid trying to be annoying behind this. No one's lost a single Vil. Usually when there's a Kuman boom, you see some Vils lost from that team. It's about as best as it could have gone for the old refugees. And honestly, like, you know it's a 2v1 on one side and a 1v1. I think you even, as the pocket, send a few scouts one way, send a few the other way, so you get the edge on both sides. And then rainbow the Kuman with all 3 players. I know that's easier said than done, but that seems like a great way to fight this. 3rd TC right away. That's why it's 3 stables and not 4. Oh, it is 4 stables. It is 4 stables. And they're just going to die to this. Like, you can't keep up. Even if you go all in and don't put a 2nd TC as helical, you cannot keep up with what the Kumans can do here. He's on 63 Vils to 39 of the pocket. And another thing that needs to happen quickly, you have Bohemians. They're double cav. You do not stay standard archer meta here. You need pikes. The crossbow's fine and all those upgrades, but this will die without spears. And a jump before the upgrades are in. A good jump. He's going to get some numbers down. I think he'll pull back when crossbow's in. Or he'll just leave them because they're already engaged. Yeah, there's the pullback. But this is going to mass so quick. These archers got to get the hell out. Is he going to go in the pikes right away? I'd like to see it. Looks like he has 3 spears already. Raid, still tons of scouts. I think he went heavy scouts to sort of help the Kuman out. And it is Magyars. Now, Ben Pot has a decent mass, but I mean, we could see a few Kuman Knights that way to clear that. I think the big jump is going to happen here. There's no pikes. That's just a rule of team games. If it's double cav and you fight it with archer cav, double cav wins. Unless you have like insanely ridiculous archer numbers. I guess he's got Kimbos. Okay, I'm forgetting that. This is not your standard archer civ. Kimbos are pretty good against knights. I still think you mix in some pikes and it's just nasty. Cav Archer switch from raid. Okay, I actually take back what I said. He's going Cav Archers. What am I thinking? It's not double Cav. Pikes would not work. Here's the jump, but these are Kimbos. Any other archers would have got cleared here, I think. Because it's Kimbos. They win the fight. Actually, it wasn't even in. Wow. I misread that. It's in now. Now the knights melt. And a 2v... Okay, this isn't like... Vill-wise, it's a big deal. This isn't over, but this is the problem with the Kumans. Look how many knights he has on this side. He can send knights now. Raid will have the numbers to clear that side with this next mass. Yeah, I agree. They didn't need to take that fight. They could have waited for Raid's Cav Archers. I know you're a big Kuman player, Lucifer. One of the best in this tournament. But here's the wipe on the right. For the most part, there's a few knights left, a few archers. Reinforcements will clear this up. And then here you just wait. You just wait. You let the archers do what they want to do. Wait for this to get cleared, and then a big rotation of knights to the right, and I think we'll see that wiped. But less Noobards, 92 military to 50. Gosh, I said Kumans would win. The thing that scares me is the Vill counts. I don't know, this is definitely a game. Yeah, I know you love your Kumans. You've been amazing with them. Wow. What's the pocket difference Vill-wise? 62 to 103. That still scares me. The flanks. Flanks are pretty even. It's the pocket. This is indeed a game. Yeah, Laposh, I was calling it. Like, Kumans are going to come in and kill, but that's not what's happening right now. In the military, you don't have the Vill lead, but if you can do something big now, gosh, Les Noobards could take this game even without Kumans. Because there's no archers for Scranton on the left. $32 knights to 28. The knight numbers are even. Crazy thing is that all Kumans has to do is stop production for a bit, and he's clicking imp. True. I think he wants to clear this. He's massing so many knights. Here comes the jump. Good jump. Dude, Carnage has had sick micro on getting on top of these crossbows, but I don't know. There's still a lot of knights. Yeah, the numbers are going to go down. This is, I think, a great fight, even without archers to help him. Even if he doesn't fully win the fight. Now the big threat is done. That's all you're trying to do here. You're trying to stop this. Now he can actually kind of focus on the right. With, oh, forward ranges. Man, Ben Pot. How about some towers? Ben Pot needs towers. You're Koreans. Are you taking stone? He's on stone. Or is he got a castle? Oh, he's got a castle ready. Oh my gosh. This is a massive moment right now. Kuma needs to send everything to the south. We see a castle on the right. Les Noobards are going for the kill on both sides as we speak. Big fight here. That is a lot of Cav Archers. Teal is playing very well, though. I agree. I feel like everyone's playing so damn well. And CI are usually decent versus crossbow. But these are Kim crossbows. They hurt a bit more. So even with the full armor in, he has to give up the position. Castle goes up. Now, where's... He needs more Vills forward. Where are the Vills? Here they come. Okay. This is crazy. I think the problem is the Kuman... No, he can't go in. He has to keep making units. Big mass, though. Oh, man. That is so many freaking Kuman Knights. 22 to 15. A great corner on the archers. I know he wants the castle, but could you imagine if there was some Korean towers right now? Behind this. Maybe the towers first. They're going to lose the hill. Gosh, that's going to... Oh, man, this is swinging. The military now in favor of old refugees. We do have this looming threat. But that was... Gosh, that's got to be devastating. The castle will now go here instead. I just imagine if there was a few Korean towers when those vills were making this stuff. Second castle going on raid. Man, raid is in trouble. He has more vills than Roka, but this is going to take out 3 ranges, a TC, some farms. The jump. Nope. It's not enough. Raid going forward, though, behind this. So he can actually wreak havoc on Roka's eco now. A panic TC going up. Wow. Imp is in. But look at the Kuman. 50 knights to now 26. This is just Kuman things. It didn't knock him out early, but I'm worried for less Noobards now. He's just going to muscle this fight up the hill on the castle. Kind of a bad fight. Honestly. I don't like what Carnage just did there. I think that was like strength in numbers, yes, but that's a lot of like knights down when you had huge numbers. Still actually more than double Helical though, all that being said. And did not realize Roka in, but the Mangonel shots, oh my gosh. He just lost everything. And Raid still has everything. A lot of things going bad for the Frenchies. Wow. They're half the military. They're behind. They have 2 on their way to Imp. Strangler's on his way to Imp. Crane is up. I still... Man, if... I know it's hindsight, kind of like Monday morning quarterbacking, but if he got some Korean towers when those ranges went up, then followed up with the castle, this is a different game. But props to old refugees for holding there. The Cuman prioritizing, saving his teammate. He knew how important that hill was to get back. Now the Cuman player should realize not much more to be done in Castle Age and go Imp. And he's on his way. He's getting light cav. He's raiding the hell out of Helical. Or out of Ben Pot. Ben Pot's Vill numbers. He just got Imp and he's losing so much. And now the raids will go to Helical. Even throwing these knights out on these raids, not really throwing them out. It's good raids. He's still going to have way more knights. Cavalier will be in. Already should have been Imp a long time ago. Yeah, but it's working. This is the power of Kumans. And just imagine if it wasn't Kumans over there. I think it'd be a lot closer. But we see Yellow just... Carnage running away with this. He's pop capped. He's getting trade. He's probably going to get Sling Techs after he gets his upgrades. Yeah, I agree. I think Old Refugees are going to take this series. It was still close. Even this game was close. All three games felt very evenly matched by both these teams. Les Newbirds has made a statement that they are a top team too. They're going to lose this match, but look out for them in the knockouts. The raids are huge. What's the eco KD? 35 to 2. It is skyrocketing now. We see Hufnitsa's. Actually, am I calling it too soon? Did not realize this is going on. Raid is still in big trouble. He's Cav Archers against Hufnitsa's. Where's his Imp TC? Okay, he picked a good TC. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, Labash. I'm calling it way too early. And they have the hill back. Does he have a castle? I know he got hit hard. Dude, he has a castle ready. I really want Korean towers, man. Screw the castle. Just get some towers. Because these are coming. Here comes the wipe. They are just waiting to jump, although they also know that Raid needs help. The Kuman right now is just wondering who to help, and it looks like he's going to go help Raid instead. Yeah, I think he figured, yo, you have enough over there, Scranton. I got to help my boy in the north. Because this is a problem. Raid just hit Imp. Monks are out. I wonder if he has a redemption. I don't agree with the total withdrawal from the right side. From the left side? You mean over here? Oh, and he's back. I thought he was going to raid. It's a big 2v2 over here. I think the Kuman's fighting both ways. Here's the jump. Paladin almost in. He's just going to commit now. Looks like it's going to be a clear. Gosh, this is still an even game. Les Newberts has a higher bill count. They have military count. Wow. This is swinging again. And they're pushing down here. Is this castle going to go up? He's throwing... Yeah, it's going to go up. He's throwing so many bills on it. Huge castle. I want to see some Korean towers still really badly. Start sprinkling them behind your push. And maybe some Halb. Korean towers and Halb would be insane down there. He's got the trebs though. That castle isn't going to stand long. Scranton is dying right now. He's at 69 bills. The damage that was taken earlier has been recovered mostly. Bin Pot's back to 80. Castle fights on this side. Green was below 80 bills back then. And he's definitely not low now. We see the markets coming up. I love that both these teams know to make trade. I hate when a game ends because the team doesn't know to make trade. Yeah, Noobards are winning, bro. I said they're going to be scary. They're going to lose this game. I don't know, man. I don't want to say they're going to take it yet, but it seems like I think they're going to do this. Even against a Kuman. Even with all the big rotations. Although, that's a problem. You wanted raids in the middle of all this happening. Lucifer, I think you just got your wish. Paladin into the eco of Helical. Into the eco of Roka. That's a problem because now their focus is defense instead of just the push. And he's going to mass up here to maybe try to clear this army. Oh, these raids are big. Still a lead though for the Noobards, but it's plummeting. Man, the one thing Carnage has done, he's had sick numbers constantly. He had 45 Paladin to 45 Cavalier with 24 Light Cav. I want some stone buildings. Like, 1750 stone from Ben Pot. No Korean towers, no halbs. Where are they? Please. Get something behind this. We've seen that push so many times on this map, and it's freaking really good. I think they're still pushing it in a good spot. How are the raids being cleaned, though? They still have a 30-bill lead. The Paladins were annoying. It's getting cleared. And honestly, we need Paladin from the Teuton. What is the res like? He does... That's a big problem, not having Teuton Paladin. Are they out of gold? Yeah, gold issues for Helical. He got rated hard too. Only 31 on food at the moment. So as good as it's going, no Paladin is kind of a big deal. And Raid is now turning around the push in the north. I'm sure these Cav Archers got their Magyar upgrade. Coinage coming in for Carnage. Oh gosh, this is swinging back again. And a big part of it, I think, was the Paladin raids. Having to react. Raid probably wiped a big army during that. And with no trade, really, for the Noobards, we're not going to see the Hufnitsa. We're not going to see Paladin. But the old refugees, 23 cards from Carnage. Actually, that's it. So both teams still pretty low on trade. And Carnage, I think these Paladin are some of the last we'll see for a bit. He's still producing a few, but it's going to be a lot more light cab for now. Doesn't even have the res to go Hussar. But Raid with the Death Ball. Like, I don't know. You need skirms or something. 71 vills only for Rokafly to Raid's 95. Doesn't have Arbalist. These are Magyar CA. They're insanely good. And Paladin or King, we see Pike. We need Halb. Let's Noobards need Halb. Korean Towers. Spam trade. Stall this game. The reason why I love Halb and Towers is because that deals with Paladin. The archers can't just move in and kill the Halb when there's Korean Towers protecting them. And I don't know if he sold stone. He may have had to. Both teams trying to get the trade up behind this. I'm still worried about this. This raid push now. I don't know what these fills. I guess they were just trying to survive. Raid's just going to continue to kill now. And Halb is now in the south. There's a lot of trebs. That's what he needed. So, base race going on. Almost to the trade, too. Where are these going? That's interesting. This is base race city. It's still like 50 vil lead for less Noobards. They have a military lead. Need more Halb. Yeah, this is great. The Halb are so big here because now he can't be wiped by Carnage. Although it's not enough. He needs more. Need a lot more Halb. More barracks is coming up. Raid is pushing fast. Trade carts right now, it's 15 to 30. The thing I loved about how Carnage has played this, although his trade could get... They're going to have to relocate this trade, though. Oh, they have to move this trade. Keep going, Ben Pot. They got to move the trade. I was going to say, I love the trade numbers that Carnage has got out of this. Thanks for the follow, Conhoinoi. Who is killing faster is the question. Gosh, what a close game. These trebs aren't firing though. These ones are... I just constantly look over here and Raid is killing. Just 5 to 6 units constantly running in the enemy base could do a lot for old refugees. Raid should send some CA in the enemy base. I think he's also sort of content with knowing that he's killing. Now, I know you guys always hear me say this. I love siege rams. Magyar siege rams here would be the jugular to really accelerate this push. But where is Roka? 65 vills, none of them are in his old base. I know he had these little sneaks, they're not doing anything. But at the same time, Scranton is also kind of like, although he's rebooming better. Oh, they only get capped rams. Did not realize that. Still, capped rams would be great. Yeah, definitely some siege rams. We know Kumans get siege rams. Rebooming into goldless Japanese post-imp. I think, well, the play here is what little gold you have, you just make trade cards. And skirms. It's Arb and it's Halb down here. You just need skirms, reboom, and trade. And eventually you come back online. You don't waste what little gold you have on anything else. Yeah, I agree. Skirms into full trade. Like, there's no reason to not be making trade right now. I know he doesn't have... Like, honestly, sell the damn stone. Those 3 cards pay for more cards pretty fast. Then you sell what extra food you have, even if it's 12, 15 res, whatever. Get some cards pumping. I would obviously not sell every dime of stone because you want to save for one more TC at least on this reboom. But it is base race city right now. The thing I'm worried about is Carnage obviously has more trade than anyone else. Although, Helical is getting his numbers up. And this push is kind of stalling out. Raid brought CA this way. They massed up enough. These trebs are going to go down. I don't understand the point of these Korean castles that aren't making unique units. Why not just Korean towers? That's what I don't understand. Like, a castle's good, but Halb's towers, they even have the unique tech to shoot extra far, which would be killing all these. He should snipe trebs. This is a big problem. Now that he's on the pocket, Teutons are extra slow. Their armor does nothing against Magyar CA. This is almost a full counter to Teutons now. Without a flank to help deal with it. You could get on those extra good castles, I guess, but he's got trebs. We see barracks is... I don't know what that's going to really do. With the push stalling on the left and this on the right from Raid. Raid is just... He's going to end this game, I think. Now, there are some squirps. That could actually help deal with this. Are they even hurting it? It seems like the squirps are doing almost nothing, actually. What? Oh, it's not heavy squirps. Yeah, they are doing almost nothing. It is. What? I feel like they don't do crap. Watch this thing fire. Nothing. That's a joke. What? Worthless. I mean, I guess you need a lot, but that just seemed like so garbage just now. I thought it would have done a little bit more damage, even the 3 scorpions. Maybe it's because it's Magyar CA. They're just a little bit further away. It's been a crazy game. I know I've called it for both teams at one point. Definitely seems good for old refugees now. The military. There's a lot more vills for less Noobards. There is a wall. But with this push sort of stalling out, Hussar now coming in for Carnage. And no Paladin. That's a big storyline too. No Paladin. An hour, 8 minutes in. Scorps are more Castle Age counter, and Amp you need 20. That's true. You need like that big mass. Then they become scary. It's kind of like 3 skirms shooting 20 crossbows. Doesn't really work. 3 squirps shooting 30 cav archers. Doesn't really work. You've never seen Roman commerce scorpions and post imp. Oh my gosh, that sounds terrifying actually. They got some of the numbers down from raid. But now he's bringing in cav. The thing that's hurting is like we don't have, I guess Teuton don't get Hussar, never mind. Condos say hello there. Refugees now evening out the vills. The military is massive. I still don't understand why we haven't seen towers from the Korean. It looks like one is now planned. I think that could have really swayed this push on the left. Korean towers. Get the range tech. And you just slowly add more and more, kind of like Japanese. Because you're fighting, like, you're just gonna die to skirms, not having Korean towers. That tower's gonna get denied. I mean, even Korean siege would be good, but they never got the trade up enough. Although he has 40 trade cards. Wait a second. Binpot has great res right now. I see this. It just doesn't look good elsewhere. Raid is over here with the mass. I think that's a GG possibly without the space. GG is called. Man, what a game. What a game. I think when it's that close, who knows what would have happened if there wasn't Kumans? That just seemed to like give the edge. Maybe Old Refugee still wins, but that was an insane game. I don't think it was the Kumans that quote unquote won it because it went on forever unless Noobards had leads that game. Very well played. I think Raid's push was the dagger. The amount of CA, there was no way to deal with that. Once Roka died, and Roka got kind of pinned here, those Mangonels, there's a lot of things that happened. But, wow. Let's see some stats. Yeah, Raid, man. 695, 231. Insane KD. Kuman even had 633. Ben Pot, 691. I thought Ben Pot played incredibly well. Yes, I wanted towers from him. Him and Raid, the 2 MVPs for the 2 teams, definitely. I think Raid MVP. I agree. Let's see the APM that game. Do a poll. I want to see the Eco KD too. Was it Raid, Scranton, or Carnage? So also, Old Refugees had to bounce back. They lost game 1. The next 2 games were honestly really close and gritty. A gritty series. This win, I'm sure, felt really good. To know you were down, to know these games were close. Even the final game was insane. And they chopped to each other. You don't usually see that on this map, but they did it all over the place. Carnage is the only one who made trade. Cleaned blue, allowing Raid to push alone, and then Carnage again saved both bottom side. That's true. There's an argument for Carnage too. Raid obviously carried it at the end, but Carnage made some game-winning raids, plays, saving his teammate. He had to save Raid at one point, and he had trade. And what was the resources sent? The Eco KD 166. Look at the Eco KD of Carnage, 261. Massive raids. That's a big part of why the Vills weren't so out of hand. Raid does get the MVP. Can we see Res sent? So Raid sent 2,000. Actually, not really a lot being sent. I think everyone was so tight on gold. Or just Res in general, not just gold. There's an argument for both. Raid and Carnage. They both played well. But Raid gets the MVP. I don't hate it. I think I'd be happy with either one of them getting it there. They both kind of deserved it. A big team win, honestly. Not really any specific player. I know we have MVPs, but this is a team victory for the old refugees. I know we've seen some games where one dude's a game wrecker and wins it for his team. That was not the case here. I'm going to update this. Oh. Raid with the MVP. Less Noobards. I mean, wait. What the hell? I have something wrong on my... Oh, gosh.
Guys, can you listen?
Wrong
Can you
page.
come here,
I'm
Shiva, with
fucking
an
stuff
eyes,
up.
please? Yeah, you don't track the pocket. You
Round
need to track the
5.
pocket.
You need to track the pocket. Raid remembers that. I know that was a frustrating game for you, Raid. You were a monster last tournament. I think this tournament serves these higher tier players well. Last tournament, if you were like an S tier or an S plus, having only 13 points meant you kind of had to have some weaker teammates. And now we get to see these two strong player combos, Raid and Carnage, where Raid can be a beast and he knows he has a pocket he can rely on. Nothing against Shiva, by the way, but obviously 16 points is just better players all around for every team. They can cook together, yes. Absolutely. One of the strongest 1-2 punches in the tournament. Not the, I think there's several 1-2 punches. Italian recipes. Yeah, man, if anyone can cook, it's the Italians. Okay, we're going to take a look at the brackets right now, too. I'm very curious to where the top teams have landed. Raid with the MVP. The win, I'm just updating something real quick. Less Noobards. Pyrenees with the loss. Did I do it wrong? No, we're good. Game 2 was, I have Expanse there. Whoops. It was definitely Acclivity. Okay. Now it's fixed. 2-1 mini reverse sweep once again. How many of them happened this round? Wow, the scoreboard is definitely lagging. Still says 0-1. It'll oh, there it is. 2-1.
All the pressure has been in our base. Like the last 2 fucking games. All of it.
The last 2 games. All of it. You said it, Zump. You said it. The next match is in 50 minutes. So we need to kill some time. brackets. Let's get it updated. There's only one game to come. It is live 50 minutes from now. But let's get the scoring that just happened. Old Refugees bouncing back after losing game one. One on Acclivity. One on Pyrenees. Super close set. And we can take a look. This is what I know y'all are curious too. The standings. So obviously Big Bang, that doesn't change. They are the 1 seed no matter what happens. Pathfinders are currently the 2. Oh, what did I do? Standby Archers regrouping are currently the 3. This could still change because there's going to be another team that affects everybody with the outcome of the next match. Pink Potatoes are the 4. Old Refugees are the 5. I'm actually surprised they're the 5. I need to see who they played. I thought their loss, their only loss, wasn't it to the 1 seed? I guess it depends on who else the 1 seed beat. Maybe some of these teams lost to Big Bang too. Yeah, Pathfinders did. And it depends on who they beat. But Big Bang's taken out some big teams. They've taken out Pathfinders. They've taken out Old Refugees.